Hi, my name is Jordan Ibarra. I'm currently majoring in English with a minor in communications at the University of Texas at San Antonio. Today, my topic of discussion is going to be how long-distance relationships are much more manageable than its reputation precedes it to be. First, I would like to start off with a food for thought quote by famous Lebanese writer Khalil Gibran, who once said, "And ever has it been known that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation." This speaks highly to my point that distance it not only can be overcome by a couple, but can help a couple grow and be better off for it in the end. Many people carry this negative notion and stigma that long distance relationships are too much work, they're too much stress, they're just not worth it, and it's often better to avoid them. These people do not know that with the encouragement of advanced technology, effective communication skills, and faith and stability in the relationship can have a highly successful outcome in the end. To give you a better understanding of this, I'll first talk about the challenge of being physically distant and how to deal with it. First off, we're going to talk about a secure network, which is just the basics of having Wi-Fi or a cellular connection and a device to talk to them on. There's many apps such as social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, messaging apps that come on the phone. And I think the most advantageous one to long distance relationships is FaceTime, because you're getting to see their expressions in their face and there's clarity in communication and an instant response. No waiting, no pausing. You're able to see each other's interaction with each other. Now, digging in some research, I did find a case study done by Daniel Gooch and Leon Watts of the University of Bath, who conducted this experiment of a prototype called Sleepy Whispers, which basically allows couples to record messages during the day to be listened to by their partner at night. The speaker is hidden in the pillow of one of the partners, and the other partner gives messages throughout the day, and they'll be able to listen to it at the end of the night. Now, this may seem quite cheesy, but it does offer a sense of closeness. And as quoted by Gooch and Watts, it is adding a new dimension to their communication ecology, which gives an advantage and gives a better chance of lasting for this couple that maybe they didn't have before. And it's specified for long distance relationships. Next, a secure network also helps with privacy, which allows relationships to flourish in interpersonal communications. This will lead into effective communication, which is very redundant in all speeches or writings or any movie about relationships. This is just because it is absolutely necessary. You need to understand and to be there actively listening to your partner, not just hearing what they're saying. In an article I found by Broaden, McCollin, and Marine, they quoted Stephen Covey, who said, "Seek first to understand, then to be understood." This, I feel, is just the biggest point. Out of everything I read in that article, it stood out to me because that's where it starts, is you being able to open yourself up to understanding another point of view that's not just your own, and putting your emotions aside for the moment, present, just to be there and be able to let your partner get everything off their chest. And that brings a sense of trust as well as privacy and wholeness and communication and comfort. And in the end, it does it better, and it gives a stronger chance of the outcome for this relationship. Now, through building an effective way of communication, you will also build your outlook of the future for the relationship. I did find a case study in the Journal of Social Psychology by Cameron and Moss of the University of Manitoba and Waterloo. This case study was analyzing the variables of what could break up a long-distance couple. They went through a series of steps that they felt were most important and critical to long-distance relationships. The first one was faith in your partner. It's the difference between breaking up and staying together. They gave statements that they let the people that they were conducting this experiment on choose. It was, we say, "I trust my partner" on a scale from 1 to 10. How much do you agree with that? And ultimately, when it came to faith in their partner, most of the participants came up on the short end of the stick and did not agree with a lot of like the positive reinforcement of, I know they'll be there for me. I know they'll encourage me. I know they won't just push me away. They would agree with more of the negative ones, like they're going to push me away. They won't call when they say they do, and they won't engage in my feelings and emotions that I have for them. The next one is expected support. When analyzing the support from their significant other, most agree with the statement that their partner will neglect their needs and their feelings, which, looking through all of the articles of long-distance relationships, it's completely a disadvantage to be thinking that way. And these are couples that just got into the relationship as well. So that is already a disadvantage. And the next one is relationship optimism, which kind of ties up this whole point in my speech, that it is all about mindset. If you do not have the mindset for it, it will inevitably fail, no matter if you have the technology or if you have the effective communication PhD. It's all about how you feel you want this relationship to go. All of these pieces build important parts of long-lasting relationships. Just from this case study, it captures the idea that the mindset of grit and passion play a massive role in how successful the relationships will be. Most of the couples that participated in this case study had broken up within the longest time, or the longest frame that one of these couples had stayed in a relationship was a year, which is not big at all. So, in conclusion, long-distance relationships are manageable and can be quite successful with the right mindset, the right technology, and good communication skills. Anything with the right mindset and grit and passion will always have a positive outcome, and this just doesn't concern long-distance relationships. But through this, I believe long-distance relationships offer a stronger bond between two people than in a traditional relationship. And you can't come into the long distance relationship thinking it might not work because of this long distance relationship. Because in reality, you're not facing anything another couple isn't facing. They just have different obstacles that may present the same struggle as this one does. It just depends how you as a person and your partner work together, and y'all's characteristics alone will bring this to the finish line for ultimately a good, healthy, and happy relationship. Thank you.